Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. This is Danny from CatchForChrist.net, and today we're going to be memorizing Joshua chapter 21, verse 43. As always, we'll be using the Scripture Typer Bible Memory System app. This is the home screen here. It's a pretty straightforward app. You can see the first video on this playlist for a more in-depth tutorial on how I like to get the most out of this app from my point of view. But anyway, this is the home screen. You're going to select My Verses, then you'll select the plus sign at the bottom, then select New Verse, then you'll choose which book you'll be in. We'll be in the book of Joshua. Okay, and then you'll type in the chapter and verse or verses notation. You can choose different translations, and you can also choose to organize your verses into verse collections. Then you hit Import Verse Text, and the verse should appear below. Then hit Save, and then just scroll down to wherever that verse is located. And once you find it, just select it, and you'll start a three-step process. Now, the first step is called typing it. You're going to type the first letter of each word, and the word should change from gray to black. So the Lord gave Israel all the land he had sworn to give their ancestors, and they took possession of it and settled there. Joshua 21:43. Once again, so the Lord gave Israel all the land he had sworn to give their ancestors, and they took possession of it and settled there. Joshua 21:43. I like to do each step at least 3 times. So the Lord gave Israel all the land he had sworn to give their ancestors, and they took possession of it and settled there. Joshua 21:43. I think it's really important also to recite the verse as you're going along, because you're going to start to hear your own voice in your own head after a while. Now the second step is memorize it. You're going to essentially fill in the blanks here. You'll see that the app takes away half the words, and you're still going to hit the first letter of each word. So the Lord gave Israel all the land he had promised, had sworn to give their ancestors, and they took possession of it and settled there. Joshua 21:43. Now, when you make a mistake on the last 2 steps, it's going to leave behind what's called a heat signature to let you know where you made a mistake previously. Also, every time with Memorize It, it'll alternate which half the words are visible. So the Lord gave Israel all the land he had sworn to give their ancestors, and they took possession of it and settled there. Joshua 21:43. Once again, so the Lord gave Israel all the land he had sworn to give their ancestors, and they took possession of it and settled there. Joshua 21:43. And the last step is to master it. You're essentially, basically just going to type the verse out without any on-screen helps. So the Lord gave Israel all the land he had sworn to give their ancestors, and they took possession of it and settled there. Joshua 21:43. So once you hit your accuracy threshold, which you can tweak in your settings, then it'll say, great job. It'll say, great job, you've mastered this verse. But I don't like to stop until I get 100% accuracy. So I'm going to try it again. So the Lord gave them... I messed up again. So the Lord gave Israel all the land he had sworn to give their ancestors, and they took possession of it and settled there. I'll try that again. So the Lord gave Israel all the land he had promised, had sworn. So the Lord gave Israel all the land he had sworn to give their ancestors, and they took possession of it and settled there. Joshua 21:43. So as you can see, I'm still a little bit shaky. So usually I don't like to stop here either. Once I get 100% accuracy, I try to get it at least 3 times at 100% to really get a solid grasp of the verse the first time around. So when you have to recall this verse in the future or review it, it'll be a lot easier. So I'm going to keep working on this verse. And with any verse in the Bible, it's always important to read verses in context. I always want to see what's the larger context of where the verse is located. And I'm probably going to post a article on the site with a little more context just to help out anyone who's interested. But hopefully that'll be done in the near future. Thank you for watching. This is Danny from CatchForChrist.net. Have a great day. God bless.